Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Secrets of the Sire. We do this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Talkradio.nyc. We talk comics, movies, TV shows, pop culture at large. I'm your host, Mike Dolce, and with me, as always, is Lord of the Radio.
Yeah, that's me. I'm looking for the link here, and I'm not getting. Where's the link?
I just made it live. Actually, we were having connection issues right off the bat.
You know,
we should just call our show Connection Issues. Connection Issues. That's exactly, you know.
There you go.
What's that?
I see ya.
You're done. Yeah. So we are no longer Secrets of the Sire.
We're Connection Issues.
We are Connection Issues. But no,
it just told me we were live. That's awesome.
Boom. See how it works?
Technology is
See how
the
that
best.
Works? It's really great.
The best.
So for all those who might have downloaded this on our iTunes page, look up Secrets of the Sire, S-I-R-E. For anybody who might have checked us out on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, like all these great podcasting apps. We're doing the live show. The live show's on talkradio.nyc. You just type that into the keyboard and bring us up every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then check us out on Facebook Live.
That's
which
a lot
is,
of work. You want them to do a lot.
I feel that we're worth it, possibly.
I agree. If you're not, I am. But, I'm just saying that's a lot of work you're asking them.
Oh, I definitely agree. There's no question.
It's like homework.
It's not easy being, easy being...
Being a fan
right,
of
a fan of our show. Just a fan of our show. Right, exactly. Yeah, I like that description. I think it's pretty good. We are middling no more, though. We are...
Yeah, we're getting there.
We are muddling now.
We're muddling.
Maddling. Whatever, like a slight variation. We're having we're success.
Something in there. Yeah, we're doing all right.
So,
for who we are.
Before we get started, I want to give big thanks to our interns, Dari Cruz and Trista Sierra, for their contributions to the show. Go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/Secrets of the Sire. The viral Hillary Clinton.
We're not going to tell you the secret, though, no matter what you do. So don't, quit asking.
I like that. Yeah. You're baiting them. I like that.
Yes.
I like that a lot. We had
there's other great stuff on it, like as you were about to tell them.
Exactly.
But we're not going to tell them the secret.
So that's it. Okay.
Yeah. But tell them the other great stuff.
Okay. Well, these they're really awesome video clips of the show. But Dari especially is the chief engineer when it comes to that, and she's putting in really
well
great.
Deserved.
Just really making us look a lot funnier than we are.
Yes, than we actually are.
And it's good because using other things to make us funny.
Qualifying every one of our really bad jokes.
That's how to do it. That's how to do it. So go check it out. It's awesome. Now, Trista's not actually here right now.
I noticed that.
She's at the prom.
She's at the
prom. See, but she's in college. So we were trying to figure out, actually, before you even got here, Hassan.
There's a college prom?
No, see, that's the thing. It's got to be a high school prom. So she's in college, but she went to a high school prom. So I'm wondering,
with a high school kid.
Is there some high school kid out there?
There's a lucky high school kid getting to college.
He's pimping real good right now.
Yeah, he's got a college babe on his arm.
He's like, look what I got.
Wow. Now that's depressing because I didn't take a girl to college.
So you strike me as someone that skipped your prom.
No, I went to my prom. I went to my.
Whoa! You blew me away with that. See, that was what I was keeping secret.
Oh, that was
the hidden question. That was the hidden question.
I answered it by accident, like an idiot. I went to my junior and my senior prom.
Wow, you really dug it, huh?
No.
I skipped my 10-year reunion.
It was a rite of passage kind of stupid thing that you had to do.
Yeah, I think you
skipped your 10-year reunion?
Yeah, I wasn't proud of myself then.
Now, would you go now?
I'm the host of a muddling podcast.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going. Are you at him? I'm going to throw that at people's faces.
You'll have to define muddling for them because a lot of them, they're going to think you're pronouncing middling wrong, and then they're going to laugh at you, and it's going to be like high school all over again.
They didn't laugh at me. They just ignored me. It's a huge difference.
So you kind of wish they laughed at you.
Yeah, because then at least there's some sort of attention.
Some attention.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this podcast is to
get attention. To make up for past terribleness in our lives.
We have so much show packed into 1 hour. We're always an hour. People keep asking us to do it longer, and I keep saying, start supporting us on Patreon.com/Secrets of the Sire, and we'll talk.
So we can do it for like a living. Right?
Exactly.
And we can do it. And we'll do one every night.
No, that's just insane.
I'm sorry. I thought I got carried away.
Theoretically speaking, though, with the way news is traveling lately, we probably could. So originally, we were going to lead. Our lead story tonight was going to be. I actually rewrote this outline many, many times.
I noted.
We were going to do the new Transformers movie and how just like we were talking with Sam, our trusted producer, how all these movies are now extended universes, right. And we will talk about it
because Sam was talking to us about
the Mummy being
right?
an extended universe. Yes. Every movie franchise now is being an extended universe. So we were going to lead with that, and how Michael Bay is quoted as saying the new Transformers movie is a springboard and this and that. So that's what we were going to lead with that. But then Jeff Johns,
it's a suckboard,
started talking and doing an interview and talking about Joss Whedon and his involvement. And then he was talking about the major changes going on in the DCU and Wonder Woman's impact and all this stuff. And I thought that is a great way to lead and start the show.
So is that how we're going to start the show?
But then...
Oh, there's more. There's always more.
And then...
Wait, I should read these outlines. Well, if I read the outlines, you always kick the outline to the curb every time we do the show. So
well, this is very true.
It seems like I wasted my time reading the outline. This is very true. Okay,
so
but then
all
right,
news broke that Phil Lord and Christopher Miller left the new Han Solo movie over
I read that.
differences.
Yes, and supposedly now this is one of those like corporate decision kind of the film by committee kind of situations where they bring in like the Dark Council, and it's like those faces in the Superman the movie where they're like guilty, right? And they're like, oh, these two guys, they want to ruin the product that we're trying to make. What should we do? And they're like, axe them, and they just like, toss them, get them out of here, right? And I'm usually like, see, it's just what happens. Creativity takes a backseat to corporateness. But I read the article this time, and I kind of agree with their decision to get rid of those two guys. Yeah.
So what did you read? Because I didn't. So I'll read. Let me read the statement.
Go ahead,
actually, I'll read the statement from Lucas Lord Miller and Lucasfilm. Kathleen Kennedy announced Phil Lord and Christopher Miller are talented filmmakers. Yada, yada, yada. It's become clear we had a different creative vision for the film and decided to part ways.
Yeah, that's one of those things where these guys showed up really late to this meeting and they were drunk and they were throwing cake around, and we decided to get them out of the building. That's kind of the creative differences. Or I might be speaking from personal.
I think.
Anyway, okay, no, okay.
That was your bad experience.
I'm not going to admit that. I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, go ahead. Finish.
Unfortunately, our vision and process weren't aligned. We normally aren't fans of the phrase creative differences, but for once, this cliche is true. We are really proud of the amazing and world-class work of our cast and crew.
I told you it was a line.
Yeah. So, no, what were you? We had started talking about it backstage before I furiously interrupted you and said, "Save it for the show. Save it for the show."
Yes.
So, what was your?
Eventually agreed with you on.
What was your take then? I mean, what? And because
from what I understand, they wanted to. Go ahead.
I was going to just set you up even more. I mean, you are an uber Star Wars guru. You're a guru for Star Wars. No, you still are. You still are.
No, for the original Star Wars. For Disney Star Wars, kind of. Okay. I'm not too readily admitting a love of that stuff. But anyway, but it is what it is. I don't have a full impression of what they were planning, but I don't have a full interpretation of what they were planning. The impression I get is that they were. They were just trying to shake things up and kind of mess with the formula a little bit. They wanted to add some kind of comedic beats and notes and stuff like that were probably not within the spectrum,
like farcical.
Maybe
comedy, something that's kind of like not
because
natural
they are
humor.
Comedian. They made movies like Sausage Party.
This is true.
So I mean, I don't want to judge on art. You can make a movie like Sausage Party, and then you can turn around and make Schindler's List. I don't know, but you
generally find a film in between there, though. You don't make that.
You don't make a jump to Schindler's List from Sausage Party.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, but I mean, if you did.
Yeah,
and you did a good job on both of them.
Sure,
you're the guy who can do Sausage Party.
But this is their leap. I mean, they were Lego Movie. That's the last these they did. So that's
another
property.
Thing. So it was
right.
And
hot property, and now this is their chance to.
Yeah, these guys, that's the Hollywood genre thing, right? Where these guys are hot, they just did something, they're a commodity, and get them attached to as many things as possible. And look, I mean, the thing is the same with the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
There's a formula. They want to do this thing as a formula. Sure. This formula has obviously worked for Marvel. Even if it it only works for Marvel and doesn't work for any other franchise, which it seems like it doesn't. Yeah. Because it's not working for Warner Brothers. It's not working for DC yet, and it hasn't worked for.
Actually, I would say counter to that point though. Fox with Deadpool and with Logan kind of going against the formula, right? I mean, I don't think...
No, but I mean, that franchise is a mess. It has
the Logan franchise, the X-Men franchise, or and Deadpool. You think?
Yeah.
But I look at those two as an escape.
You're
from
looking
that,
but you're looking at those two as separate entities. I'm talking about the Marvel system.
Okay, I got you.
They're making steady movies, a steady hit after hit after hit after hit. Now, I'm saying it might be that might be a phenomenon for them, for Marvel, because other people have tried to duplicate it.
Right,
as DC has tried to duplicate it. Which is not quite working.
No,
they just tried to duplicate it with the Mummy. They're trying to do another thing with the dark. The dark universe. Fox has tried their best with their middling. They're muddling. It's muddling. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Come on, get it right here.
I'm working on it. It's a new word. I'm indoctrinating it. So I don't know if it's a thing that can be duplicated.
Sure,
but definitely. Disney's going to try to do that with Lucasfilm. Going to try to do that with the Star Wars film. They're going to try to keep lightning in the bottle per movie.
Sure.
So these guys are coming along. They're messing with the formula. Out.
Yeah.
Plus, that's a beloved character. Han Solo is a beloved character. If you're going to come and try to make it some kind of farce, you're going to get killed.
So here's the thing, though, too. I mean, they are. This is why news. It's so funny. They're like, you should make an 1.5-hour podcast. I'm like, well, we would, but news travels so fast already. We're talking about rumored replacements. There are 3 rumored replacements for them. Yeah. We're going to get into it in a little bit. I want to welcome everybody on the Facebook feed, facebook.com/SuperHeroStuff.
Go ahead and do all that. You didn't do anything.
I want them to chime in with who they want to see direct. I want to see. So Brian Everham is on. Stephanie Dolce, one of our beloved patrons, is on as well too. We have a bunch of people on. Joe Movey was on before. He's a fan of the show.
Yeah.
Give me your
speak up, fans.
Your rumored replacements, and we'll get into our rumored not our picks, but like what is being rumored as well too. Before we do that, I want to shout out to Superhero Stuff. We're plugging along with the mystery box. We actually have some new deals coming in the next week or so. But this week, again, $79 worth of stuff for just $49. It's a great segue to people that are into comic books and into that stuff.
$30 savings.
And you can't beat it. It's usually mystery boxes are always fun. It's always good. So just go to the Facebook page. Again, facebook.com/Secrets of the Sire. Click on the Shop Now button.
Do as you're told.
And do
as
it.
You're told.
Hey, if you want to call in, maybe you're not so much. You don't want to be a Facebook commenter, even though we do give lots of love to our Facebook comments.
You want to get them interacting.
Call in 877-480-4120.
You want to actually speak to these people?
I know. Well, I mean, I don't know what we'll do.
Insane.
I think we had one caller.
Yeah, one time
ever,
and we were like, oh,
yeah. Welcome, Stephen Conroy just joined as well too.
We're gonna be ready this time.
Coming up next, again, we want to hear your picks to replace the Han Solo director. We're going to give you who is rumored to do it, and then we're also going to get into Transformers, which we didn't get a chance to talk about as the lead.
I Cancer, the movie,
and how it all kind of ties together. What we're talking about, how this is springboard, all this stuff. We got Courage the Cowardly Dog, Marty Grabstein calling in later too.
So we gotta get our snark in quick so that we can talk to this guest.
Much show when we come back.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Do you want to connect with?
Are you an entrepreneur or intrapreneur looking to build your following?
Welcome to our show.
Follow Me Friday with Joan
and Priya.
Tune in every Friday at noon Eastern
on talkradio.nyc.
We're your digital connectors. Woo woo! What's that?
Talking Alternative Radio, 24 hours a day.
Joined by my esteemed colleague and co-host, Lord of the Radio.
Lord of the Radio.
Lord of the Radio.
Thank you very much.
Do you have to apply? Do you have to go to college for that? Is there some sort of classes?
I could tell you how to become the Lord of the Radio, but then you'd become Lord of the Radio, and I wouldn't be Lord of the Radio
this is
anymore.
Very true.
No such thing as co-lord.
No, it doesn't work that way.
It's
Secrets of the Sire.
Welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. We do this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, talkradio.nyc. We stream live on Facebook, facebook.com/Secrets of the Sire. I want to give a shout out to our beloved patrons. They're really...
right.
Well, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. We have dedicated fans: Einar Peterson, Matt Byer, John Hoff III, Ashley Haikai.
Not her name.
Our program director, Stephanie Dolce. Our executive producer, Steve Ovecki, Brian Phillips, and Christina Gillen, who was on our special green room shot earlier today. And as always, Uber fan Christina Dolce. If you want to learn more, go to patreon.com/Secrets of the Sire. This is name butchering at its best, even though she's a friend of mine. Trisha Cassio wants to talk Clue.
How come you didn't ask her how to pronounce her name before we came on the air?
I mean, I'd still butcher it. I mean, there's no question about
but
it.
Then that would be on purpose. That would be a choice, as opposed to,
I'd rather, but that's like I'd rather be. What's the term when you have. No, that's not at all. I will never ask for forgiveness. Sam Leibowitz just asked that I'd rather ask for forgiveness afterwards. No, plausible deniability. Deniability.
You want plausible?
I want plausible deniability.
Oh.
You butchered my name. You should have asked. I didn't ask. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's okay then. So the next time I butcher it, though, then it's like, but you asked me.
So you plan it in anticipation of butchering.
Yes.
However, if you just asked them, you would stop.
I am setting Van Helsing expectations for everything I do. I want Van Helsing expectations for everything.
No one that
lower the bar so much.
That analogy does not work.
If I lower the bar on everything I do,
they don't know that the bar is low because they don't know that you have a habit of doing this.
I didn't have a habit of having a radio show before. How would they know? This makes no sense to me. All right. We will talk about Clue. What does that mean? If you checked us out on social media this week, I wanted to know the best toy to live action toy to movie films out there, because again, Transformers was hitting, but again, it got bumped because news just keeps happening. So we started talking about Star Wars. We started talking about the directors, and again, I want to know what you guys think. So chime in. The Han Solo movie, they lost their directors. It was the Lego movie directors. They were a hot commodity. They very eager to get them on something. Actually, just saw a Twitter post like an hour ago that they are now in line to direct the Flash movie.
Yeah, the Flash movie. So, I mean, good for them. It's not Star Wars, but good for them.
Well, I mean, it's the rejuvenated DCU now, so I mean, there's at least something.
It's not rejuvenated. It's got one movie.
So here's a rundown of 3 replacement directors already being rumored, and I'll tell you which one I'm giddy about.
Oh boy!
Veteran Star Wars writer Lawrence Kasdan, who wrote the film with his son, has been suggested as a possible replacement. Rumor has it Ron Howard is also under consideration.
Hey, that's a good one. That's interesting.
It would give the Apollo 13 director a chance to turn his fortunes around after his In the Heart of the Sea and Inferno slump. Finally, and this goes out to Daequan, who commented on social media as well, Jumanji director Joe Johnston, he also directed Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yes, he did. He would make a good movie.
Is also in the running. I don't see him as a fit for this, though.
He wouldn't have worked as a fit for Captain America until you saw the Captain America
movie.
did
Rocketeer, though. And Rocketeer is almost exactly what Captain America: First Avenger is. It's a perfect segue into Captain America: First Avenger. I think, without a doubt.
All right, okay.
So
enough.
I would say
but I
don't see that
so you're
kind
saying
of.
He's limited to 1940s movies.
Possibly.
No.
Possibly.
No.
He's been director cast. He's been stuck. He's been stuck. The one I'm buzzed about is Lawrence Kasdan. I mean, he wrote I think agreeably the best Star Wars movie, Empire Strikes Back.
Arguably.
What's that? No, I said agreeably. I think
it's arguable that he wrote it.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. What do you think? Shed some light on that.
A lot of honest. This is going to be a bad segue because I don't have the information I should have. But a lot of the new chatter is.
We never have the information we should have. So I mean, you're right in line.
No,
that's why we're muddling.
We should have information, though. We should
intern.
We should
get on that.
It.
Give me this information.
The woman, forget the name of the woman.
She's fake typing, by the way. She's like, Hassan, I will get you this right away. Click, 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 click. All right, so anyway, you were saying?
The woman who originally was writing Empire Strikes Back died.
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay, yeah.
I forget her name, though. Find us the woman's name.
That computer's not even on. Like, she's just typing. She says, "I will find this." Click, click,
There's
click,
light
click, click.
coming off of it, so I can see it. So anyway, and then Lawrence Kasdan came to finish it to check. So Lawrence Kasdan had a lot of work on Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
He did a lot of work on The Force Awakens.
Don't forget, though,
I suspect.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff that makes Empire Strikes Back good was already in the script before he got to it.
Don't forget, though, George Lucas made the executive decision to take the Wookiees and make them Ewoks for Return of the Jedi. And Ewoks are the prime, disclaimer, if you will. Definitely like the prime, like the reason why we don't put Return of the Jedi ahead of Empire Strikes Back is because of the Ewoks. Like, people felt that was a little childish, a little immature, a little, it kind of brought the believability factor down. But that was George Lucas saying, well, we did Wookiees in the first Star Wars, so we're going to just take it and reverse it. So, I mean...
The Ewoks are a feature in Return of the Jedi.
Right.
They have nothing to do, really, with the story. If it's interchangeable with, it could be Wookiees, it could be Ewoks, it could be Smurfs.
Yeah, but it impacts the enjoyableness of the... It has nothing to do
with the story.
Yeah.
The story is that they end up on this planet and they get help from these natives to help them defeat. So that's the story.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
Fair
whoever
enough.
you throw in there, I mean, people would have liked to see Wookiees.
Well, people would have liked to see anything but the Ewoks, I think. And I think
that's
look,
now.
You even said it backstage, though, right?
Been there.
In the green room. You even said it, though. It's execution. It's all execution, right?
Execution, no. In this particular case, it's a retcon. Because having been there when it first came out, nobody said anything bad about it.
Well, no, because I was really young, so I like the Ewoks. I had no problem with that. Which is why even a lot of people that grew up with the prequels have no problem with Jar Jar Binks.
Which is why there's nothing wrong with Jar Jar Binks.
Oh,
because
so
we'll
many
be dead
things.
soon.
So many things wrong. All right. Man, we really do need more show. All right. I want to hear from folks here. What is... We're gonna move... Geez, it's so crazy. Really, how much time we don't have on the show. We need to do more of. But we were talking about Transformers when we started as well, too. Again, that was supposed to be the lead for this show. And I want to know...
So we're not talking about the Transformers.
No, we are talking about Transformers. That was supposed to be the lead, but I'm just saying, we're already running up against the second segment.
Segments. Yeah.
I know. Isn't it amazing?
We got to get on the...
Yeah,
you get on what we promised to talk about, though.
Well, we will get on.
No,
just saying.
I don't think we will.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think we will.
You realize you're killing time right now, and so you're actually.
I'm doing that on purpose. Though.
Yeah, you're actually like that. You're like Pete Rose.
Yes,
you are Pete Rose.
I'm Pete Rosing.
You are Pete Rosing this.
Hey, man, we didn't even say goodbye to Adam West last week. Like we were supposed to.
He was dead. He wasn't going to notice.
Oh, yeah.
See,
now you just made it worse.
I went there.
Wow.
All right. When we come back, we have a tremendous guest, and then I promise we're going to get into the top.
They don't believe your promises.
We're going to get the top toy to movie franchises when we come back as well too. But we got the voice of Courage the Cowardly Dog, Marty Grabstein, joining us next. Now in theaters, Beauty and the Beast is out, and there's big controversy with too because of the supposed gay relationship that takes place.
And I thought the real controversy would be about the bestiality.
Bestiality is not a problem.
Oh, yeah.
It's just homosexuality. We don't like that. Having sex with a giant beast, that's all right.
Secrets of the Sire.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
If you have an interest in marijuana, you want to know about marijuana, law, policy, and culture, then feel free to join me, Joseph A. Bondi, every Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning on my show In the Know 420 on TalkingAlternative.com.
Legalize the herb to continue to resist the passage of this necessary legislation.
Hi, this is Rob Kay.
And I'm Callie Alpert.
And we're hosts of The Rob and Callie Show. Are you looking for a show that talks about real stuff like life, love, the pursuit of being yourself?
Then you have come to the right place because we cover topics ranging from chivalry to gratitude to your relationship with money and everything in between.
So listen to us on The Rob and Callie Show Tuesdays, 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on talkradio.nyc.
Talking Alternative Radio, 24 hours a day.
can a man actually get up with any kind of macho manliness and say Twilight was a good film franchise and or movie? That's like the guy wearing the pink shirt, right? Like he feels completely confident.
But men can rock pink.
Wait.
Sam the engineer is wearing pink. Right.
I just pulled a Hassan.
Secrets of the Sire.
Welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. We do this every Wednesday night.
Great to be back.
8 p.m. Eastern, talkradio.nyc, talk comics, movies, TV, pop culture. We were just joking.
It keeps the ladies away.
That's right. We were just joking. We love those drops, but every drop that Hassan hates are like the funniest ones. Like easily the funniest ones. Usually they're ones making fun of you, and that's probably why you hate them.
Maybe that's why I don't like them.
Yeah, but I'm always like, no, it's funny. It's funny.
It's not funny. It
hurts.
It hurts. Right
Had a couple comments. Stephanie Dolce actually did comment in and said, who gets director credit on the finished film then? I mean, if they've already started.
Well, that's the same thing with the Zack Snyder thing.
I know. It's you know what it's going to be? I would think in the Star Wars case, it'll be the new directors because I think they just started, right? I mean, they've just started filming.
They'll get some credit for it, but I mean, depending on how far along they are.
Yeah. Whereas I think in the Joss Whedon case, I think he'll get like special contribution or producer.
He should get nothing.
Or something. Right, he'll get some sort of producer credit, that kind of thing.
Good for him.
Joe Mulvey chimed in, Transformers, I'm still reeling from hearing Lord of the Radio say Jar Jar wasn't bad. We're not going to start with that. It always ends up there.
Yeah, you're
but
the
we're
one
not
who read it out loud. So
Brian Abraham, where are you? Where are you with your prequel talk? I want to welcome our guest to the show. Marty Grabstein his first role was in Bury the Evidence. Next year, his voice talents earned him the role of Courage, the Cowardly Dog on Cartoon Network. Ran from '99 to 2002, and since then has made frequent appearances on Law and Order, Third Watch, Law and Order Special Victims Unit. He's been in a whole bunch of things. Marty, how's it going?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. But I got to tell you, there is something terribly wrong with Jar Jar Binks. I just have to make that clear. I was listening in to the previous segment, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, yes.
We don't know what this is, actually.
I just came up there, and I had an opinion. I had to say it to you, Michael.
I agree with you 100%. Now, how would you have voiced Jar Jar's voice if you had gotten the opportunity?
Oh, my goodness gracious. Now, that's not fair. I can't possibly even hope to. It's something so surreal that I couldn't have possibly hoped to do that. I am impressed with the imagery of Jar Jar. It was the personality, really, that was probably off.
Yeah.
But we'll have to sit down and discuss that. There was no way for me to actually... it was very discomforting, I'll be honest with you, on some level.
So you landed the role...
Who the heck am I to talk? Who the heck am I to talk, right, Michael?
Well, that's the beauty of it, right? I mean, who the heck are any of us to talk?
I'm not going to comment.
We're quote-unquote insiders. I mean, we just say we're insiders, and boom, we're insiders.
Yeah,
so.
Look, we're inside.
Yeah, that's right.
It's warm in here.
That's right.
Someone turn on the AC in here.
Yeah. So you landed the role of Courage for the Cartoon Network from '99 to 2002. How did you get into voice acting? How did you transition from being a film actor and get into the voice acting? And how did you land that role?
Okay, well, here we go. It was really I did a lot of stuff. I was doing a lot of they don't quite get it right on that. I have to correct that some point, the biography part of the stuff. But anyway, I did a lot of stuff, a lot of live acting. I did a lot of comedy. I was doing sketch comedy for about 10 years in the city, and I was part of a group called Lab Rats, and we were doing crazy stuff all over the city, and did some of the television stuff. But ultimately, I'm hearing some sort of a weird thing going on
as well too. Actually, there's some feedback. We're gonna have to.
I want to keep these beautiful questions, given the honor they deserve.
Fight through it. We're gonna fight through it.
We're gonna fight through it. Okay, that's okay. I can handle it, man. I can concentrate. But anyway, what ended up happening is that I got a friend actually give me a call. I hadn't spoken to her in something like 5 or 6 years. She didn't know what happened to me. As you know, sometimes actors sort of disappear off the face of the earth.
Sure.
Which actually happened to me for a little while. And then she gave me a call based on the fact that she knew I was sort of still around doing some things around the city. She said, I've been doing this, trying to cast this voice of a cartoon character called Courage, the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
They've been auditioning people for the last 3 months, actually. He's heard every voice actor in the city, all the top voice actors in the city, heard over 300 voices. And he can't make a decision, this guy.
Yeah.
So at this point, he's driving me crazy. I figured I may as well bring you in. I thought you might be good for this character.
Wow.
So, she brought me in, and it was just one of those weird little things that don't happen that often. I walked in, and within the first 5 minutes, he was like, yeah, this is Courage.
That's it?
This is the voice of Courage. Listen to that crackly, scratchy voice that he's got.
That's
right?
awesome. That's awesome.
How much by talking to me, right?
How much of your personality?
But anyway, he said, this is great. The only thing is, what I need you to do is pitch it real high. Take this scratchy voice you had. You got to pitch it high. Can you do that? I said, okay. Sure, I can. Sure, I'll do it. I started doing that. And he was like, oh, my God, that's it. That's it. That's the guy. And sure, it was that simple. Pretty amazing, right? By the way, one little addendum to that, Michael.
Yeah.
He said one of the things that really put him over the edge was that my eyebrows look like Courage's eyebrows. I know, that's a little weird, right? Well, the man is insane anyway. John Dilworth, God bless him, he would be appreciative if I called him insane on a radio interview. Absolutely insane, and it's part of the brilliance, I think, of what he came across with this show, personally.
Well, you just made our 19-year-old intern's day by doing the cowardly voice. She's like, I asked, actually, because she grew up watching the show, and I said, is there anything you want me to ask? She's like, I just want to hear an impression. So you just did it, and she was like loving
life. Did I just do it? Was it good enough?
I'll
save you, Muriel. Hang in there, folks.
How much of your own personality do you get to put into the role?
Actually, a lot of my own, actually, because, I generally have that kind of utter anxiety and fear. I do have a certain amount of, I got to be honest, I do have a lot of fears and anxieties.
Sure.
And then, of course, I got to put it in there, and it just feels very purging to throw it in there. Yeah. I think it's pretty much some of my own personality, I have to admit.
Were you able to kind of go off script at all ever, or was it very fine-tuned?
It was very, very clearly, exactly. As a matter of fact, that was one of the challenges of it, which would lead me to answer a question that you haven't answered yet. Can I do that, by the way? Can I answer a question you haven't answered?
We have no format here, so you could do whatever you want.
What the heck do you care? It doesn't make a difference. Fine. We'll go back to Jar Jar Binks later. I'll see if I can help you figure that thing out. The Ewoks were fine. Come on.
Exactly.
All
I
right,
said the
anyway.
Ewoks were fine. You said the Ewoks were bad.
It didn't go off script. It had to be exactly as written, and that was one of the challenges of it. Some of you might have noticed by watching the show that if you watched it in order, you knew that the first season, Courage had a bunch of lines, and in the last 3 seasons, his lines were down about 85-90%. Hardly lines at all.
Did you get paid by the line?
What's that?
Did you get paid by the line? Is that what it was? They're like, our budget's running low. Just cut
No. You got the full thing, man. But anyway, the point is that what I thought was kind of interesting is that they cut it because it wasn't that they didn't like how I was doing the lines. They kind of felt as if the lines were slowing things down. They found from doing focus groups that people liked the screaming and the vocal histrionics more. They got more of an excitable effect from it. Except, of course, I run into fans of Courage, and they say, we love the lines.
Yeah.
So who the heck knows what it is. But the challenge was, when I was doing the vocal histrionic, it was actually harder work. So I would sometimes have this one moment, let's say, where I would have to do, like, a line like, okay, you ready for this, Michael?
I'm ready.
Here, this line, okay? You ready for this line?
Daria, you ready?
You ready?
Okay.
He's asleep.
Interns. That's what we get for interns. Go ahead, Marty. Let's hear it. What happened? Did we lose him?
He said, "You ready for this line?" and he hung up.
That's pretty impressive, then.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
That's a
hard
good
work
line.
there. Did we Sam? No?
Yeah.
Marty, you there? I don't know what just happened there.
That's fantastic.
All right. Well, I mean, we're gonna try to get him back on.
Yeah, we're gonna find him.
We're gonna try to get him back on here. I will. We'll do that. Can we? We got you.
Did you lose me?
We got you back. Oh, it's amazing.
He did that on purpose.
It's nothing like dead air.
He just holding the suspense on the line.
That was really
He
brilliant.
wasn't that excited by the story.
Brilliant.
The
Brilliant.
story just didn't thrill. Am I allowed to curse on this show?
Technically, yeah.
Nah, but we don't want cursing. Right, because I almost cursed and I have to stop myself on an interview. But it gives you an idea how comfortable I feel with you, Michael.
There you go. That's it.
That.
Exactly. Hey, as a beloved children's show voice actor, have you ever been hired to leave like obscene or hilarious voicemails for people using that cartoon voice?
No, but I am doing it now at Comic-Con.
Okay.
I have been actually doing things at Comic-Con.
Which Comic-Con have you been to?
Recording a voice message on people's, on people's messages. On people's machines. This one isn't home yet, but this is Courage the Cowardly Dog, and how can I take him? That sort of stuff. People are excited by that, whatever it was.
Which Comic-Cons have you been to now? I mean, have you been? What's the last one? What's the one upcoming that you're going to?
Okay, so I'm going to be going actually to I don't know if you're familiar with this, the O Comic-Con in Iowa.
In Iowa? Wow, no, I don't know that. Man.
Flying out to Iowa. They're flying me out, putting me up in a hotel.
There's nothing better than Iowa.
Well, yeah.
This is really, how do you really, when you've hit Iowa, you really hit the ground running. I certainly believe. Don't you think, Michael?
I don't think there's anything that can compare to going to Iowa. Maybe San Diego and maybe New York Comic Con.
Michael, who the heck are we to be sarcastic about Iowa?
We're New Yorkers.
We're New Yorkers, yeah,
we
exactly.
Can be sarcastic about anything.
Basically, yeah. Have you been to like New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con?
No, I haven't been to the big. I just started doing this Comic Con thing just like within the last 8 or 9 months. Actually.
Oh wow, okay. So you're new to this. This is exciting.
Maybe 7 months.
He's a baby.
I've never done it, so I was busy just doing life and trying things, going around here, going around there. I have a family, a wife, and 2 kids, who I love tremendously.
Yeah.
So it's been busy, but it's not. Forget about. Let me not just say it's busy. I had no idea that this was something I should even do. I wasn't even thinking that. What the heck? Everybody else is doing it. Somebody contacted me. There was a rep.
Wow.
And said, I would love to put you in my cadre of artists. It's a nice word, cadre, right? You like that word?
It's better than posse, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be like a posse of artists.
Well, unless you put clown behind it.
Contingent.
But anyway, yes. So he brought me in. He just started, he booked me in a couple of them going to Washington, Washington State Comic-Con, and so I'm flying out to Washington State in October. I'm doing this Hampton Comic-Con in August 5th and 6th. Few others on the horizon, but New York and San Diego, I got a couple of people working on trying to slam me in there. There's a lot of difficulty getting into those politics and big names.
You will be overwhelmed. You will be overwhelmed. It is
a grade
an
A
experience.
celebrity versus a grade B. I'm fine with my grade B status. I want you to understand that. I don't need a grade A status, Michael.
That's what we're trying to do here. We're actually we're like grade D. We're like we're Taco Bell meat.
We got our eyes on J, though. We want to go lower.
We're
right?
J. We're not even.
We want to go lower.
I think F is the lowest it goes.
We're at D, but we want to go to J.
They'll invent.
But when you're grade D, it's beautiful, man, because you can do whatever you want. And
this is very true.
Cares.
That's why we want to go J.
We have. Again, it's grade F. There's nothing. We can't get lower.
No, we're
than
going
F.
lower than F.
We are Taco Bell meat.
We're going to be the first. We're going to be the first down there.
You've done a lot of live stuff though as well too. You had some appearances on Law and Order and Third Watch. Give us the most memorable case that you were involved with for the show.
All right, for my favorite thing, I mean, it was just, again, a minute here, 2 minutes here, 45 seconds, nice little cameo appearances, character thing. My favorite thing was, first of all, I also looked really good in this one. My ego was satisfied. I was wearing a black leather jacket. I looked good. I was a private investigator. They were grilling me. Chris Maloney was grilling me. Was kind of grilling me regarding. I'm sorry. Let me just kill that. Somebody's trying to call me, and I can't pick that.
Don't
up.
do that.
I'm sorry. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Everything runs smoothly on this show, technology-wise. Yeah.
Regarding that I was investigating this little boy, and they were convinced. They were saying I was a pervert, and special victims unit, so they dealt with those issues, and they were hitting me on it. Look at all these pictures, huh? We finally revealed it. Look at all these pictures. Whether you're a pervert. And I go, I was investigating the kid's nanny, all right? And they were like, sorry. Something like that. So it's kind of cool because I was really like being victimized and I got to protest and it was kind of fun acting-wise, that sort of thing.
And you had an independent film out not too long ago called A Cat's Tale, not to be confused with 9 Lives from Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
which
not
was
to be confused with the Kevin Spacey one, please.
Very bad movie. Very bad.
Your buddies over there, I don't know you guys' names, but you'll drag this through the mud, I have a feeling.
We don't have names.
So
we're all right.
And that's the Lord of the Radio, so don't worry. But tell us about A Cat's Tale.
Well, A Cat's Tale actually is this indie film that was actually done in, interesting thing. First of all, a really cool film written by a woman named Anna Capanet, who's a wonderful writer, and a 2-person film, so it meant for 90 minutes almost. It was just me and one other person. So, it was a lot of stuff going on there.
Sure.
Basically, a brother and a sister, and they got back together in their home. They got back in the home they grew up in with their parents, and something very dark gets revealed. I won't say what it is. But something dark comes undone in their discussions with one another. It's actually a very funny film directed by a guy named Rick Moat. Anyway, the bottom line of what's most interesting about this, besides the fact that the acting is pretty darn good, we did some good, if I may say so myself, and she was wonderful, the actress that I worked with. But anyway, the way it went was this. It actually, what they did was they rehearsed it in the form of an actual play, where we actually rehearsed it over a 10-day period, which is not a lot of rehearsal.
Sure.
And got it up on a live stage, did the whole show live, performed it 5 times.
Wow.
Got really up and running, and then took 1 day off, and he set this up. It was an interesting idea, I think, and then moved out to the on-location shoot, which was done in a 3-day period. Right away, boom. The actors knew all their lines. They tried to keep it within the concept of blocking, except, you could open it up. Cameras followed us around, and we run-throughs over and over again and got it from different angles. Got it done in 3 days.
Wow.
A lot of editing took a lot longer, of course.
Sure.
But anyway, the whole thing cost about $60,000.
Wow.
And it's been at some of the festivals. It's not burning up the airwaves because it's a weird little film. But it's a very good film. It won a couple of awards at a couple of these film festivals it was at. So kind of a cool thing. Keep an eye out for it. At
Very
any rate.
cool.
Who the heck knows what's going to happen with it? You never know. But
Very
lots of fun,
cool.
and certainly
Marty,
I feel really good about it.
That sounds fantastic. Marty, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Where can people get a hold of you? Are you on social media? Is there any way that fans can reach out?
Okay, Michael, I got a Facebook page on Facebook. I mean, I'm not that sophisticated, so I'm not Twittered yet. I will eventually get Twittered. I know I have somebody who's working with me who she is, who's going to help me get Twitter up and running. But for the moment, I do have a Facebook page. It's a Marty Grabstein /Courage Facebook page.
Awesome.
If you want to say hello, keep track with, and I'm thinking maybe this interview will be on the Facebook page.
Oh,
I think,
baby.
right?
There you go. We'll let our intern do her thing. Marty, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking some time out. And
pleasure to do it, man.
Hope you had fun. When we come back, we will be going into the top 10. We're going to try to get 10 out of this. Live action toy to movie films. Forever Night TV series
Yes.
as well, too. I've never even heard of it. I have no idea what that is.
You don't know
No, I don't know Forever Night.
Good Lord.
I don't know. I used to watch other things, when I was a kid.
Well, I'm sure that information is useful. You're
Have
a
you ever
Smurf
seen the
guy.
movie Blown Away?
Nicole
Yeah.
Eggert and
Yeah.
the other girl from something. She ended up on 90210.
There was another girl on that?
You're just making this weird now, man.
Yeah.
Secrets of the Sire.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Are you into comics, movies, and pop culture at large? What about music and TV? Then you're in for a treat. This is Michael Dolce, your host on TalkingAlternative.com. I've been professionally writing comic books, screenplays, and music articles for almost 15 years. Catch my show, Secrets of the Sire, at its new primetime slot, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and get the inside scoop on the pop culture universe you love to talk about. For more info, go to secretsofthesire.com.
Hello, this is Mark Torres.
And Pronto Comics Zone Dominic Sperano.
And listen to our show, It Came From the Radio, right here on talkradio.nyc, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about entertainment, movies,
comic books, and other news.
So make sure you check us out. That's right here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday, talkradio.nyc.
TalkingAlternative.com.
You ever seen like the old men at the Starbucks? Like they have their little like.
I don't go to Starbucks.
Oh, I do. I work at
I'm
Starbucks.
a man.
It's fantastic, and they just have these old men club, and they just sit around and talk about the good old days.
That's why I don't go into Starbucks. It's a creepy sausage fest on caffeine.
Secrets of the Sire.
Welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. I want to thank our guest, Marty Grabstein, voice of Courage the Cowardly Dog, seen on Cartoon Network. Very interesting
Very
fella.
exciting interview.
Yeah, it was good though. It's good stuff.
A lot of mystery in the middle of it.
Well, there was. Yes, that's true. The dead space.
Yeah,
which I covered up very nicely by
He just got tired of talking to us.
by
and just
being
stopped.
like looking around and I really showed my chops there. I showed my radio.
Took all, you
Lord of the Radio, just sitting back and kind of like maniacally.
Hey, dude, what are you doing?
Twiddling his thumbs.
Where'd he go?
Being like, someone should step in here. Someone.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Way to go.
That's what I do.
All right. Like I said, we had so much show today, so much show. We didn't even get into half the stuff we wanted to, but I did want to get back to Transformers being a launching pad.
Eye cancer.
But we're gonna skip even through that because, quite frankly, it's not going to be really well received.
We're going to talk about the Transformers.
We're going to get into the top 10 toy to movie. I think a lot of folks really we got a lot of social media activity on that. First question: do we include the Lego Movie as part of this? I know it's animated, but it's a different kind of animated. It's not like a cartoon. Like Transformers, the movie cartoon, I think is by far the best Transformers movie. Right?
Lego's a toy. Lego is like.
Agreed. But I mean,
and there are Lego movies.
Yeah.
So we have to.
I think we do include that in the list as to where it ranks. And Bobby Semmelsberger, our friend from the That 90s podcast, he thinks that is number one. Trisha Cascio. Cascio. Oh man, I'm
butchering.
Butchering.
Well, you should have talked to her. You should have had a conversation with her.
She believes Clue And Daequan also, Clue is up there. Clue, now, we're going to include board games, okay? Because I like the idea of it, because it also gives us the absolute worst toy to film movie.
What are our choices? Do we have a list?
We do. Oh, do we have a list? This is why I asked you. Did you see the outline? No. We have the Lego Movie. We have 2 iterations of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was obviously a classic toy to movie.
Yes.
Even though I guess they were a cartoon show first, but we're gonna loop them in there. Transformers.
What else we got? Transformers.
Masters of the Universe. But I see now. Here's the thing: Masters of the Universe does not fit. I think the worst live action film of all time. I don't think it does. From toy to movie,
Masters of the Universe.
It does not.
Doesn't fit.
Doesn't fit the worst. Not the worst.
Okay.
There's several.
What else
candidates.
is on this list?
Garbage Pail Kids.
Okay. Actually, I didn't even see that.
You should go.
It looks so bad. I didn't even see it.
It is Van Helsing bad, but there's a lot of like upside to that as well too. I would say there's that. There is Battleship.
Oh,
you just got your Battleship song right there, didn't you?
Oh,
yeah,
Battleship.
right there, Battleship. Mark Lombardi actually chimed in.
Not as bad as Garbage Pail Kids.
Garbage Pail Kids might be the worst, which sucks. Did you collect Garbage Pail Kids as a kid?
No.
I loved them. I still have them. I still have all my Garbage Pail Kids.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's in a Star Wars lunchbox. No joke.
Really?
I have a Return of the Jedi Star Wars lunchbox.
And then you have Garbage Pail Kids inside.
Inside them, yeah.
That's blasphemy.
There's something wrong with that, right? There's definitely something wrong with that.
Definitely wrong with that.
Clue is by far, I think, the best film out of everything, though, right?
Like, what are the others? So we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah. Gem and the Holograms.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. There's
yeah, no.
There's some really poor attempts here.
We're talking, and the category is the best movie, the best adaptation of a childhood toy.
Yeah, adaptation might be the wrong word for it, but
the best interpretation, the best movie cinema.
It's a good way to do it. Yeah, I think interpretation is good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a realization.
Okay.
From a toy to movie.
You're gonna have to. This is gonna suck. We're going to have to strongly consider Transformers.
I think the first one. Now, we actually had a Facebook...
Only because it's a proper interpretation of the toy.
Sure.
Story-wise, movie-wise, whether it's decent cinema or not.
Sure.
If that's the category, if we're talking about interpretation, then Transformers almost got to be the winner. Because it is...
Clue is actually... I mean, Clue with the multiple endings actually... realizes the game
right
to its fullest, right? And it's a great movie to boot.
Yeah. However, you have to really kind of twist your interpretation of the game for it to fit the movie properly.
Okay.
Whereas Transformers is a direct interpretation of what the product was, right?
So James Gallagher actually agrees with you 100%. Says Transformers is the best, like by far, and he has a much more detailed description, but I can't get to it right now.
He believes that those movies are good.
No, the first one. He believes the Transformers movie is by far the best one.
It's not a good movie. He thinks that's a good movie. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want to get in the category. I don't want to go with him on the category of it being a good movie.
Okay.
I'm saying it's a good adaptation of the toy. It's probably one of the best adaptations of the toy.
Oh, you mean the actual visual representation?
Yes.
Okay. No, we're talking about...
If you're talking about the good cinema, like decent cinema, well, that's different. Okay, that's got to be Clue.
It's got to be Clue, right? I think without a doubt. See, I think Trisha wins on that. I think Daequan actually asked if Jumanji counts, but we said no.
And the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles don't count. Because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a comic book that turned into a cartoon.
Oh, good point.
That then became a toy.
You're right. I mean, Transformers was a cartoon, but it was...
Transformers was a toy, then became a cartoon.
Correct, right.
Then became a movie.
Right, and Mutant Ninja Turtles is the other way around.
Right.
You're right. Damn it. And there
So-
really isn't a lot there. James Gallagher, I loved Shia LaBeouf as Sam and his interaction with his family. Also liked the relationship development between him and Megan Fox. What I did not like was how they seemingly force-fed the Carly character after all Sam did to earn and maintain Megan's affections. That's because Megan did not like Michael Bay and called him Hitler and got kicked off the show.
Yeah, well, that was way after that, though.
Yeah.
She did all that after the first movie, because she was in 2 movies before that happened to her.
Yeah. He says, I feel they have to be, especially if the first one was off the charts amazing, arguably unreasonable to expect a better film. Just give me a valid attempt. I'll ignore the deficiencies and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, which is... He represents the American audience, which is why we have so many bad movies.
And yet you love those prequels. Don't know how that happens.
I'm not talking about the prequels.
Oh, man. All right, so we actually did a pretty good job. Rest in peace, Adam West. We love.
Okay. I guess we covered that.
we got it all. I mean, we got it all today.
All right.
Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to go spinning the racks.
Oh, what a shame. Darn it. No. Check out the YouTube page this week, though. We're going to be posting a very special Spin the Racks I'm
episode.
not talking anymore.
And it's awesome. So
we
definitely
need a
check
new
that
co-host.
out. Next week we're like ahead of the game. We are welcoming the folks from the Comic Noobs.
Are we ahead of the game next week?
Yeah.
I've never been ahead of the game.
I know, we are always behind. We're welcoming the
How's
folks
that
from the
gonna
Comic Noobs podcast on.
Comic Noobs
Start
podcast.
hyping up San Diego Comic-Con. It's coming.
Oh, are they gonna
It's
be
coming in 3 weeks, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I know.
Are you
I
going?
know.
Are you going to San Diego?
I went last year, and they're not a buying crowd.
Oh.
They're I want to look and get as much free stuff as possible.
Same
kind of
complaint we
crowd.
have about New York Comic-Con.
No, New York Comic Con's a buying crowd. New York Comic Con, I make some bank at New York Comic Con.
Maybe recently.
No. The last 3 years.
That's completely antithetical to all the information I've been given from other people
You've been given
who've been
false
at the show.
information.
Oh, then
False.
You take it up with them.
I want to thank our guest, Marty Grabstein. He was awesome. He was Courage the Cowardly Dog.
was.
I want to thank all of our people. Again, like us, share us, comment on us. We end up commenting on this video like days after the fact. We will argue. Brian Everham will argue about the prequels being bad. He's right. Hassan will argue that they're good. He's wrong.
I'm right.
It's going to be. It's
Lord of the
really
Radio
great
is
stuff.
always right.
Again, Facebook.com/Secrets of the Sire. Go to secretsofthesire.com. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on
Wait
Patreon.
for Brian's movie, because when his movie comes out and is better than the prequels, then he can talk.
Well, then we'll invite him on the show.
Yeah.
This has been Secrets of the Sire. If you are listening on talkradio.nyc and haven't downloaded it, coming up next,
It came from the radio.
Boom.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Who do you want to connect with?
Are you an entrepreneur or intrapreneur looking to build your following?
Welcome to our show.
Follow Me Friday with Joan
and Priya.
Tune in every Friday at noon Eastern
on talkradio.nyc.
We're your digital connectors. Woo woo! What's that?
Hey, all you crazy listeners. Looking to boost your business? Why not advertise on Talking Alternative with very reasonable rates? Interested? Simply email at info@talkingalternative.com.
Are you into comics, movies, and pop culture at large? What about music and TV? Then you're in for a treat. This is Michael Dolce, your host on TalkingAlternative.com. I've been professionally writing comic books, screenplays, and music articles for almost 15 years. Catch my show, Secrets of the Sire, at its new primetime slot, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and get the inside scoop on the pop culture universe you love to talk about. For more info, go to secretsofthesire.com.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network at www.talkingalternative.com. Now, broadcasting 24 hours a day. Talking Alternative.
Hi, this is Rob Kay.
And I'm Callie Alpert.
And we're hosts of The Rob and Callie Show. Are you looking for a show that talks about real stuff like life, love, the pursuit of being yourself?
then you have come to the right place because we cover topics ranging from chivalry to gratitude to your relationship with money and everything in between.
So listen to us on The Rob and Callie Show, Tuesdays, 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on talkradio.nyc.
Are you a conscious co-creator? Are you on a quest to raise your vibration and your consciousness? I'm Sam Leibowitz, your conscious consultant, and on my show, The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, we will touch upon all these topics and more. Listen live at our new time on Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, Thursdays, 12 noon on talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.